In this video, you will notice there are a lot of pictures in green, in the color green. The reason for this is because green is a healing color. When you see pictures in my videos, they represent art therapy. What is art therapy? Expression. Expressing your inner thoughts, feelings, memories, and experiences through any form of art. That consists of colors, painting, sketching, drawing. Color is a concentration of a certain light frequency. Color can be stimulating or depressing, constructive or destructive. It can repel or attract. Each color has its own unique effect and can be used for healing and balancing, as well as for stimulating deeper levels of consciousness. What does color have to do with healing? Simply the different frequencies of light. The colors will affect different energies of the body. Some colors can more easily affect the higher frequencies of the brain because they have a higher light wave frequency. Other colors can affect the systems of energies in the body because they have a lower light wave frequency. The ANIMA and ANIMUS are described in Carl Jung's school of analytical psychology as part of his theory of the collective unconsciousness. Jung described the animus as the unconscious masculine side of a woman and the anima as the unconscious feminine side of a man, each transcending the personal psyche. Jung's theory states that the anima and animus are the two primary anthropomorphic archetypes of the unconscious mind as opposed to the therapomorphic and inferior function of the shadow archetypes. He believed they are the abstract symbol sets that formulate the archetype of the self. prana is literally the manna from heaven. It cannot be stored but must be gathered anew every morning and every moment with every breath. It is this radiant energy which keeps the body buoyant, vigorous, and healthy. Prana is the breath of nature, which was breathed into the nostrils of the form of man, and which united the form of clay with the living soul. Sacred scriptures record that prior to descending into the flesh, man at one time existed as pure soul. When man came into being in this world, the idea creation of 7 days or cycles was completed. It is the prana in the air which makes man a living being, but not a soul. When a child is born, we say it is a soul from heaven or higher spirits. It becomes a living being or soul on this planet only after he has taken its first breath. If that breathing in does not take place, there can be no life in that form, and the soul must return to source from which it came, because it did not become a living source on this planet through the agency of that breath of life, prana. The process hasn't changed. Life operates in nature, even though we see it not, nor do we understand it in its infinite variety of manifestations. The soul or dweller in the body functions through mind energy. When combined or united with prana, it is linked to nature and can function in it. Through the form or body it became united with by the subtle life energy called prana. The mind can now utilize this form in nature, function through the senses, and gain satisfaction and experience through pleasure and pain. Now we will take a quick glance at some of the characteristics and traits of the horoscope.
Sitting on rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This is how I live in your soul. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside. Put my mood up, I waiting for the clear. Is it bad? Sometimes I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light, but I can also see the ghost kid. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is silent, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here.
Vedic astrology is spiritual science rooted in India's ancient system of knowledge. Vedic is based on the belief that the stars and planets have a powerful influence on our lives. It's totally different from Western astrology. The primary difference between Vedic and Western astrologies comes down to how they view the constellations. JYOTISH means light such as that of the sun or the moon or heavenly body.